There's a quiet pain every man knows. The sting of being placed in the one place he never wanted to be, the friend zone. He gives his time, his attention, his energy, sometimes even his heart, only to hear those words that feel like a dagger. You're such a great friend. And here's the harsh truth. Most men don't end up in the friend zone because women are cruel or manipulative. They end up there because they don't understand themselves. They don't understand attraction. They don't understand the laws of masculine energy that Stoicism has been teaching for over 2,000 years. Today, we're going to break this down. Why men end up in the friend zone. Why no amount of niceness or patience will ever turn that friendship into love. And more importantly, how you can step into a mindset that commands respect, desire, and value. The mindset of the 1% man. The first reason. Weak frame. A man without a frame is a man drifting through life, and women can sense it instantly. When you meet a woman and your entire focus becomes her attention, her approval, her validation, you're already setting the stage for the friend zone. You've built your world around her instead of inviting her into yours. A Stoic man understands that his purpose, his discipline, and his direction come first. Marcus Aurelius didn't build an empire by chasing people's approval. He built it by mastering himself. When you have a frame, when you live by your principles and stand firm in them, you radiate strength. You become the kind of man a woman respects, admires, and desires. But without that, you're just another nice guy hoping to be chosen. Here's the truth. Women don't want to lead an attraction. They want to feel the gravity of a man. Who knows who he is and where he's going? If you don't provide that gravity, you'll be orbiting in the friend zone forever. The second reason, over-investing. There's a dangerous pattern. Men fall into when they like a woman, they start over-giving. They're available 24/7. They answer texts immediately. They offer rides, favors, emotional support, everything without ever letting her earn it. And here's the brutal reality. What is given to Isley is valued too little. Stoicism teaches us about balance. Epictetus wrote, "He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at." What he meant is that the man who has inner control doesn't need external rewards to validate his actions. When you overinvest without boundaries, you're telling her that her time and attention are more valuable than yours. A grounded man knows his worth, but he gives from abundance, not from neediness. He doesn't try to buy her affection with his effort. And because of that, his attention holds weight. His presence carries value. If you're constantly proving yourself to her, you've already lost. Attraction is built when she invests in you, not when you're pouring yourself into an empty bucket hoping one day it'll fill. The third reason, suppressing desire. This one hurts, but it's the truth most men avoid. They never make their intentions clear. They spend months, sometimes years, pretending to be just a friend, hoping that one day she'll magically realize he's the one. But what she sees instead is a man too afraid to own his desire. And fear is never attractive. A Stoic man doesn't hide his intentions. He doesn't play games. He's calm, confident, and unapologetic about what he wants. That doesn't mean being aggressive or disrespectful. It means standing firm in your truth. Seneca once said, "A ship that sails without a destination is lost at sea." When you interact with a woman and never let her know you see her as more than a friend, you've already set your destination, the friend zone. If she's not interested, that's fine. You walk away with your dignity intact, but the man who hides his feelings, who lingers silently hoping for change, that man becomes invisible. The friend zone is a reflection. Here's the hardest pill to swallow. Friend zone isn't about her. It's about you. It's a mirror showing you where you lack strength, direction, and boundaries. It's proof that you've been living reactively instead of proactively, that you've been waiting for someone else to choose you instead of choosing yourself. And that's where Stoicism becomes your greatest weapon. Because it teaches you that your value is not dictated by anyone else, not by her, not by society, not by external validation. You are the master of your thoughts, your actions, your discipline. The more you invest in building yourself, your body, your mind, your mission, the less you'll even think about friend zones, because you'll be too busy living a life that demands respect. So how do you escape this cycle? How do you step into the energy that women respect and desire? Build your purpose. Your life must have a mission bigger than any relationship. Women are drawn to men who are going somewhere. Master your emotions. Stop overreacting to her texts, her attention, or her silence. A calm, grounded man is irresistible because he's rare. Communicate with clarity. If you're interested, say it. If she's not, move on. There's power in being decisive. Raise your standards. Stop overinvesting in women who don't match. Your energy, your time and attention are the most valuable currencies you have. Spend them wisely. Detach from outcomes. Whether she chooses you or not is irrelevant. You are already enough. You are already complete. That's the essence of Stoic confidence. When you make these shifts, something incredible happens. You stop chasing and you start attracting. Women sense when a man values himself. They sense when his world doesn't revolve around them. And that's exactly what makes them want to be a part of it. Because at the core of it all, the friend zone is not about her choice. It's about your frame, your boundaries, your energy. And when you build yourself into a man of quiet strength and purpose, the friend zone stops being a reality because you no longer fit the profile of the man who ends up there. So remember, never lose your frame. Never overinvest without reciprocity. Never hide your intentions out of fear. Be the man who commands respect, not by demanding it, but by embodying it. Be the man whose presence speaks louder than words. Be the man whose value is so clear, so undeniable that the idea of being just a friend is never even on the table. That is the 1% mindset. That is Stoicism in action. And that is the kind of man who never fears the friend zone again.